Welcome to my tutorial on how to solve a 4x4 octahedron puzzle. A lot of people ask me to do this tutorial after they saw my unboxing because they have it, and I guess a lot of people buy this puzzle assuming you're going to solve it just like a 4x4, and then they get it and find out that that's not the case. In some ways it is like a 4x4, as in there are 4 layers. So it does have some of the characteristics of a 4x4, but in more ways it's not like solving a 4x4. There's some added parity and other problems that you can run into. So I'm going to show you another 4x4, a regular one. As you can see on this one, there are 4 centerpieces, just like on this one, but on this one, there are 4 colors, where on this one, there's only 1 color. So this is like a super cube. On this one, you can see that a corner has 3 sticker pieces. But on this one, this little tiny triangle is the corner, and this only has 1 sticker piece. So you don't have any way to know which way it's facing, and that's where the parity comes in later in the solve. And it's a hidden parity, it's a nasty one, and I'm going to teach you how to detect it and how to fix it and prevent it from showing up in the end, which would be very disastrous, and you would have to really take apart your solve and put it back together again. So what I'm going to do is show you how to solve this thing now. There are 7 algorithms you're going to have to know. Don't worry, you don't have to memorize these ones right now. I'm going to go through them as we go. A lot of them you probably already know from solving 3x3 and 4x4 cubes. Some of them, if you don't know, it will be in the description, and also I will be teaching it. So what you want to see is that there are 8 sides to the puzzle. 4 here and 4 here, and because each side has a color to it, that means there's 4 colors here and 4 colors here. So you want to find a center that has 4 different colors on it. So not this one, because there's 2 blues there. This one is good. It has white, green, red, and orange. So what it doesn't have here is a blue and a yellow. So we can put a blue and a yellow on the other side. So here's a blue, match it up with the yellow. And again, this is intuitive 4x4 center building, so I'm not going to go too in depth with it. So we want a blue and a yellow there. We don't have a purple or gray either. So let's get a purple and a gray together. Just like this. And what was it, a yellow and a blue? Yeah. So we have purple, gray, yellow, and blue on this side. And then on this side, we have green, orange, red, and white. Now we have to get the other ones. So we're going to put these on the right and the left, the finished ones, and we're going to build these centers. And we know which centers are going to be placed because they're dictated by what's on the left and the right. Because this is blue, this is going to be the blue face, and this is going to be the white face, and so on around the cube. So now we have all of our faces done, because on all sides, these very end colors tell us what these sides are going to be. So let's take a look at this one. Here we have a yellow and a blue. Now I usually solve the bottom one first. So I'm going to put a blue in the bottom left of the center. So let's put one here and put it down. You always want to make sure that when you put that there, you want to realign this color with it. Otherwise you're going to get lost, trust me. So now we want a white in the bottom right of the center. So here's a white. Now we want to build this top. Now I do it a little bit differently. I don't build it here. I actually build it on this layer and then bring it down after. So I know that I need a yellow in the top left of the center and a green in the top right. So here's a yellow in the top left, and here's a green up here that we can use. Put it in the top right, get it out of the way, put that back. So now you can see that if I move it like this, that these 2, yellow and green, belong here. So I'm going to put them there. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to put this here and match them up. And now I will realign them. And as you can see, it is yellow, yellow, green, green, white, white, blue, and blue. So now we want to do the same here. I know that this is the yellow side, so I need a yellow piece here. A green piece comes down here. And now I'm going to build these 2 up here. So I need a gray in the top left, so we can turn that one there. And we need an orange in the top right, which just happens to be there. So I'm going to insert that along with these. And so there you can see that that one is finished now. Now let's go here. We need a gray in the bottom left. So here's a gray. Sometimes this puzzle is it locks up a bit on me. And the orange is actually already solved in there, so that's good. Now we need a purple, which is here, and a red, which is up there. So let's just match these up. And again, you're going to have to use your own intuition on how to solve these things, because I'm not going to go through every single case. Okay, so now purple and red is here, needs to be put here. So we turn these, put them up. Again, if you can't follow what I'm doing, you should be doing it on your own too. And if you can't really do this step this far, then you probably should go and practice a 4x4 some more before coming to this kind of puzzle. So now that we've got all of these in, except for the top one, this is where this parity can come in, because we can put these top 4 colors anywhere we want. So if I went like this, and I can see that this blue does belong here, this white does belong here, but this purple and the red need to be switched. But the thing is that these corners might not be solvable after, and I'm going to explain why. So I'm going to put these corner pieces in. So the yellow one goes here, and this is standard 3x3 stuff, right? You replace it with one and you bring it in. If you don't really get what I'm doing, put the center over the triangle where it belongs, turn it to the right, bring this up, replace it, and bring it down. So we need an orange, same thing, but this time we're going to the right. And this time we need a gray, which is here. I've kind of nicked my sticker, I see, but that's okay. Now what we want to do is check our corners. So here we're not looking at the top colors, we're looking at these bottom ones because these top colors are not in yet. So here's the purple corner with these pieces. That's in place. This is in place. This is in place, and that's in place. So that is okay, but I'm going to show you what happens if it is not in place. So I'm going to go ahead and scramble these up a bit, and then I'll show you how to deal with that. Okay, so as you can see, nothing is in place. Blue over red, white over purple, purple over blue, red over white. So let's get red in its place. Sorry, right here. So now this is correct, but as you can see, this one's not in, this one's not in, and this one's not in. And that's what you want. Sometimes you'll find that you'll have 2 in and 2 out. So 2 are correct like they were before and 2 are out. And what that basically is it's a parity like this, where there's 1 in, or sorry, there's 2 in, and 2 out. And that's impossible. Another way that you can see it is like this. If you know about 3x3 solving, you know that this is an impossible parity. That just can't happen. I took the pieces out and did that. So that can happen on here, and we don't want that to happen at all. Where am I now? Okay, here we are. So I'm going to teach you an algorithm, and what you want to do is find 1 that's in and 3 that are out. And the algorithm is going to switch this piece over here. This one's going to come here, and this one's going to come here. It's a commutator. The one that you want to stay, the one that's already in, you want it to be on the left. So you hold it like this, so that it's like this, and this one needs to stay. So the algorithm is going to keep this one and commutate the rest. And the algorithm goes like this: U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And it kept this, but we're still not there because each of them needed to go 2 times. So we're going to do that again. And this is called a corner swap algorithm. It'll be in the description. So this goes on the right, and we do U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Now, as you can see, these are all in. So now we need to get the top ones. And as you can see, this red one is already in. So we're going to use another commutator. It's another algorithm. It's called a center swap because we're going to be swapping center pieces around. So let's take a look at what needs to go where. This white piece needs to go here because if it was moved over, it would be solved on this. But we need to put it there without disturbing this little white piece here. So what we need to do is do a commutator. And what the commutator does is it puts this piece in the top right here to the top right of this one. This one comes to the top left, and the top left comes to the top right. So the purple to the green to the white, and the white to the purple. But we don't want to move that green out. So what we're going to do is we're going to use one of these pieces up here that is the same color as either of these, in this case the white, and we're going to put that in the top right. What that's going to do is it's going to put this one here, it's going to put this one here, which will solve this, and put this one here. And the algorithm for this goes, this here is going to be our R move. And when I say R, I mean only the middle one. You bring this one back. So this will be our L move, and this will be our U. And the algorithm for this, holding it like this, so this, and this are getting swapped, is R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L, U. And as you can see, the purple is now up there, but we don't want that because we still need a white there. So if we do the algorithm one more time, the purple will come down here, the white will go here, which will still maintain this solved, and this white will go up here, solving this again. So let's do the algorithm again. R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L, U. And as you can see, that solved this. So now we want to realign this, which was our setup move. So you can see that these are still fixed. And now we have this fixed and this fixed. So now we have to switch this purple and the blue one. So what we want to do is have, like I said, we have to have either the purple or the blue up in this position. So in this case, we want the blue to go here, and we need a purple to go here. So if we put the purple one as our setup move up here, the blue will go here and solve it, because this is the blue side. The purple will go here and replace that purple one, which still maintains this solved. This purple will come down here and solve this side. So we're going to do that algorithm again. R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L, U. And as you can see, when we realign these again, this is fixed, this is fixed, this is fixed, and this is fixed. So now, basically the whole cube is solved except for the edges. So we're going to go on to edge pairing now. So I hope that you will be able to, follow along with what I was doing. I know it seemed a little bit complicated, and that's because it is a bit complicated. So now we can actually turn the cube however we want, and we will not mess up the cube because all the colors are still on one side. So what we're going to do is we are going to start building edges. And so I'm going to pick any one as my top. I'm just going to go like this, and this will be my top. So I want to find, say, a yellow and a purple. So here's a yellow piece, and here's a purple piece, but I can't match them up like this in any way. So let's flip it over, and we'll see that I have a yellow piece here, so I need a purple piece down here. So again, this is just, like regular 4x4 stuff. You can't just turn the purple down because you're going to kick out that yellow. So you have to kind of turn it away, bring this position up, replace it with the purple, and bring it down. And now you can match these up. So like I said, if you don't know how to do 4x4 stuff and basic center pairing, then you're going to have to probably learn that before this. And if not, you can just watch this enough times and you'll get it. So now I know that this purple and yellow needs to go here. So I can put it there, move it out of the way, and then bring it back. And that'll fix that. So let's get another one. We can realign this if we want. Orange and yellow. Let's look in the middle layer. Here's a yellow, here's an orange. We can match them up. We can put them in its place, get that, turn that, bring it back. We can put this back if we want to. So now we have two. Now we're going to do this a little bit different for the last two. Let's find a purple and a red. Let's look in the middle layer. We don't have any purple and no red. So let's get a purple. Oh, here's a purple and a red right here. So what we can do is bring that down into the middle layer, just like this. So we don't want to go that way because we can see that that'll go in backwards. So we go like this, and this is where it gets a bit tricky, right? You want to see where it goes. We're not going to put it in the proper position quite yet, though. We're going to bring it back, and we're going to put it in the other slot that's not used yet, turning it the same way. And so now it's in the wrong slot, but I'm going to explain why once we do the last one. So this one goes here actually, and this is the red and the orange. So we need to find a red and an orange pair. And I don't see one, but I do see this orange one, and this one can come down. And now we can match those up just like this, a red and an orange. And now you can see that when I put this one in its spot, it kicks out that one we put in there. And then when we move that out of the way and we bring this back, now it'll fix it. And if you didn't put it in the wrong one, you wouldn't be able to keep these solved while doing that. I hope that makes sense. So now that's done. We turn this over and let's look for a green and a white. And here's a green and a white here. So let's get that into the middle layer. And now we can kick that up, get it out of the way and bring this back. So now we need a blue and a green. So here's a blue and a green. And so we can get that into the middle layer again and bring this up. Nope, that's the wrong way. As you can see, it's backwards. So we turn it, bring it up, get it out of the way and bring this down. And now we need a blue and a gray. So let's look around the cube. Here's a gray, here is a blue, match them up. And again, just like before, we don't want to put that in its actual spot. We want to put it in the other spot, turning it the same way. And now we want the gray and the white. So here's a white, here's a gray and a white already built. So here's what we do. We move it into the gray and the white, we move that out of the way, and when we bring this back, we'll finish this one. So now we can realign this, and as you can see, we've got the 4 edges here and the 4 edges here. So that's pretty easy. Now this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. We are going to show you an algorithm that flips edges over. If you've seen some of my tutorials before, like the 5x5 tutorial and things like that, you probably know that I do an edge flipping algorithm. Something happens on it though that you don't see on a regular cube, so I'm going to show you it on here. What it's going to do is it's going to flip this edge. So this yellow will come up here and this gray will come down here. This will complete the yellow side. But in doing so, this pair here is going to get flipped over into parity and it'll land right here when we're done the algorithm. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to do the flipping algorithm, and what you want to do is have the pieces that need to be flipped on the right side in the middle, like this. And you want to perform this algorithm. R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. As you can see, when we turn it flipped this and it brought it there. So when we turn it back, you can see that this is now in parity, but this is fixed. So every time we do that, it's going to flip this one. So the next time that we we flip pieces, we want to have this on the right. So it'll fix the parity and it'll put it in parity and it'll fix the parity and put it in parity, and it'll switch it every single time. So let's take a look around the cube now. And I'm going to move this as I go, so I remember to keep this piece. So green. So as I flip this green into here, this parity will get fixed. So I'm going to do the algorithm again. R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. As you can see, it fixed the green and it took that parity out. So now we can do, do the algorithm again from anywhere because we're not trying to fix a parity. So here we have a purple and an orange. So we're going to flip this up into here. And just as predicted, it put the purple in there, but we've created parity here now. So what we want to do is we can fix this one by putting this white down here, keeping the parity on the right, and it'll fix the parity. So let's go like this and do the algorithm. I'm not going to say the algorithm every single time. I think I've taught it once already, so you can just watch it, look for it in the description. So now as you can see, we are getting closer and closer. So let's get the orange into the red here. So we're going to create parity here. So here's our parity, and this is solved. So now let's get the red into the gray, just like this. And let's bring this parity out while we do it. There we go. So now what we're left with is these two. And you might wonder, well, how are we going to do that? But you can just turn the cube however you want and match them together. So this is a parity. So when you're doing the edge pairing on the last 4, you're either going to get them all or you're going to run into this parity. And this parity is pretty difficult to wrap your head around of how to do it, because it's sort of like the same parity on this cube where you do your normal algorithm, and I hope that you know that already, but we're going to go through it. However, one thing you don't see on this cube that you will see on this cube is if you do that while turning both of these layers, it's going to spin this side. So this whole side will get spun 45 degrees or 90 degrees, I mean. So if you do the algorithm while only turning this one, maintaining this one where it is the whole time, you won't run into that. And that's what we need to do here, because if we do the algorithm here, it's going to spin this whole thing, and we're going to have to rebuild everything around here. So I'm going to show you what we mean by this. So I want you to hold the cube like this. So this is your F, and this layer here is your L. This layer here is your R. This is your U, and this is your B. And we're going to perform this algorithm. This is called a parity flipping algorithm. R2, B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, B2, and R2. So as you can see, it took that parity out, but doing that, it flips the center as well. So if I was turning this whole side, I would also have this case flipped right here, but I turned only this layer, so that wouldn't happen. So now what are we going to do here? Well, the only thing to do here is another algorithm. And I'm sorry to say, but it's a long one. Hopefully you know it though. It's called a T-Permutation from a 3x3. And it's very, very simple to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to perform it with this piece on top. And what the T-Permutation does is it turns everything 90 degrees. And then if we do it again, it'll turn it 90 degrees again, making everything on top do a 180 and go right into the place it's supposed to go. So the algorithm for this is R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And as you can see, everything's turned. It screwed up these edges too, but don't worry, that's gonna fix itself when we do it again. So we're gonna do it again. So we go R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. So as you can see, that took that out. We're getting closer and closer to it being solved. So just like we did when we were trying to look for and fix that parity, that hidden parity we did before using these corner swaps, what we're going to do here is exactly the same thing. So it's the same algorithm where you hold the cube like this, and this corner goes here, and this one goes here, and this one goes here, and it protects whatever is in the top right here. So what we're going to do is look around the cube, and at this point, I mean, we can turn the cube however we want if we're turning just through the middle slices, and we are not going to disturb anything. So we need to find something that can be solved. So here, for instance, this red can go here, because if I turn the cube like this red piece will go here and solve it. This white piece will also go here and solve it, so we'll get two solves in one. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. The algorithm is U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. As you can see, it did fix those. So let's see, we can put this blue in the green, and the purple will also come in the blue, because if I hold it like this, you can see that the blue goes over here, which solves it. Or sorry, the purple. That looks kind of blue in the light here, but that's purple, goes onto the purple side and solves it. The blue goes into the blue side and solves it, and the green will go into yellow. Won't solve it, but we'll deal with that afterwards. So we hold it again like this, and we do the algorithm. U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And as you can see, that fixed it. So now let's see how many more we have. We only have 3 more, and that's perfect because it's a 3 cycle, and that's what you're always going to be left with. If you are left with 2, then you just need to cycle one with another one, and then you can do a 3 cycle from there. So let's take a look at how we can set this up. You want them all to be side by side with each other. So as you can see, if I have them like this, this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. So you need to set them up so they can be solved, because if you exchanged this one with this one, doing the 3 cycle wouldn't work because they're not lined up with each other. So you just got to move them around doing these slices and stuff like that until you can get ones that cycle with each other. So it happens pretty quick. As you can see, I'm already on my last 3. So we hold the cube like this, and I can see that this yellow will go here, but it needs to go here. So that's 2 cycles of the algorithm. The orange needs to go here, so that's 2 cycles of the algorithm, and the green needs to go here, which is also 2 cycles. So I know that these are cycled properly for to do the algorithm, and it'll work. I just have to do the algorithm twice. So here we go. U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. If it lines up here. And as you can see, it's not in yet, but one more will do it. So U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And as you can see, that fixed it. So that's how you solve this thing. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Just so everybody knows, you can find me on Facebook, and once in a while I am on Skype. Everything on that information is in the description. If you add me to Facebook, you will be being notified about videos that are up and coming, so you can look forward to those, and just other things that you will not find out about my solving and all that kind of stuff that I don't show on YouTube. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next video.